Good evening, everyone. My name is Campos. Back in October of 2013, I lost my son to a tragic incident. But it was really good to know that he was safe before he passed. My son was full of life. He enjoyed luxury. He enjoyed his friends. He enjoyed family. He enjoyed his community. He was all about love. But in the end, he says, Mom, all material, all power, all money means nothing if I'm not safe. Back in January 2011, my son was saved, so you know what? His whole purpose in life changed. He decided to help give back, and he did. So I knew that on the day he passed, he was at peace, and we knew exactly where he was in our kingdom, the heaven. So I know that I'm going to see my son one day. And I've always said, the ones that are left suffering are us, because we're left here on earth. But people that are in heaven, they're rejoicing, and they're in the best place. I wanted to give you these words because these were so powerful. I found them on his computer. I read them at his funeral. But I think he knew exactly where he was going before any of this happened. And it was very enlightening because, I questioned myself, I questioned God, and I said, God, you know exactly what you're doing, and I'm going to leave it in your hands, It's your plan, not our plan. It's your will, not our will. And that's what gives me great comfort every single day. And that's why, because His grace, He's merciful. You know what? He'll never forsake us, and we don't question Him. I don't question Him. And just follow along. He said, this is from my son, Justin Campos. He says, hey, how are you doing, my dear favorite friends and family, especially for you, one of my favorite people on this earth in this lifetime. I've been exposed to some of the most traumatic stages and circumstances, not just for myself, but for some of the strongest men and women to ever walk and live. Now, even though the weight of the world and the sands of time are against me, it still leads me to say, stay on course and on path with the faith, wisdom, and guidance that has brought me from the box to the walk, from the breathless to the breathing, lifeless to life, broken and desolate are the times that I am against. And as the hourglass dissipates and the sun sets on the waves of the equity, there seems to be balance in the structure of things. Like what can a man take and what can a man shell out? For there is no secret to life or success, for the gift of life is life. Everything else is a blessing. Sometimes my knees buckle and my spine bends, but it will never break. Have you ever faced death in the eye and stood toe to toe with the devil? He gives you all you can think you can handle, presses your face in the ground, pulls your heart from your chest, and tells the Lord, now show me the power of your love. Now, there's never been a moment in my life where I have ever felt like today would be the day, but that day and days in and days ahead of me are with me to the presence. Only few know the pain of walking dead in the flesh, but alive in the spirit. Now, I've contemplated suicide and thrust it to the oblivion the moment I received insight. Now, you say, what keeps a man on earth? Well, I'll tell you this the future. The loved ones who know that it would hurt them more than it would hurt myself. The only option is love, live, expose myself to the tragedies, or succumb myself to the pressures of flames from below. He saves me, He comforts me, He bleeds for me. Who else has made as much sacrifice, not deliverance or gifts, but actual sacrifices besides my mother, few if any? Now, for the ones who know my pain and my shame, and you know who you are, my fellow brothers and sisters, who are still in the battle for their lives, I pray for you all, and my heart shares your joy and hurt. Know this, I have seen the end of the tunnel, and even though I haven't seen the end of the Sphinx, I shall strive with the light of my eyes. Now I write this to you on the outside, but all is meant for the inside, not to merely scratch the surface, but to obtain the magnitude. This critical moment in my life is merely a blink in the grand scheme of things. Now what can I tell you about the blessing of God's love? Now how is there light with all this darkness? 186,287 miles per hour. That my beloved is the speed of light. So no matter where it beams from, it shall arrive. Though there may be naysayers and debaters and people who are completely ignorant, there shall be only one truth. I've been called a lot of things in my life, but some of the things that I've experienced during these last days have taught me a lot about myself. This is to sustain you in all that you do and in all your affairs, so that if I can keep my head up through the thickest of jungles and maintain composure, know this, loved ones, it is not my strength that gives me these abilities, but the strength from above, my Savior. If you ever come across any situation, you you are to never look down, but to look up. Never outside, but inside. This is the source of my strength. Now, from this day forward, I respond to and act different to other circumstances that are parallel or completely out of sync with me. So I just wanted you to get his insights in life, you know, and he said, in the end, Mom, nothing matters. He goes, because whatever we have in life, we won't be able to take it with us. He goes, and we need our salvation. Everybody needs salvation.